Okay, in my speech, I am going to address the popular discussion that has been going on in the past few years, the mystery behind e-cigs. Over the past several years, there has been an ongoing debate over the health issues caused by smoking. Are electronic cigarettes really a safer option? Both forms of smoking have their nasty side effects that can be harmful to the body. However, if you really must choose between the two evils, which would you pick? New England Journal of Medicine presented the notion that vaping at high temperatures can produce a chemical known as formaldehyde, which is a known carcinogen that can be inhaled. A carcinogen is a substance that can cause cancer or damage to any living tissue. To counter that argument, journals stated that no one would vape at such a high temperature due to the burn taste that comes with it. According to a report sponsored by UK's Development of Health and published by Public Health England, electronic cigarettes are at least 95% safer than tobacco cigarettes. In the US, however, electronic cigarettes are looked upon just as normally as cigarettes would be. People believe that since inhaling the vapor can cause similar damage to the lungs like smoking, that it's just as bad. In 2014, the American Heart Association published a 20-page statement explaining e-cigs are far less hazardous than cigarettes. In an article presented by the association, e-cigarettes either do not contain or have lower levels of several tobacco-derived harmful and potentially harmful constituents compared with cigarettes and smokeless tobacco. E-cigs present an opportunity for harm reduction if smokers use them as a substitute for cigarettes. The American Heart Association does not entirely support that e-cigs should be used, but do agree that it is a safer alternative. Even after noticing the healthier benefits, AHA along with the FDA still do not wish that anyone smoke. The group suggested that e-cigs should be taxed enough so as to discourage children from buying them, while retaining or increasing differentials with combustible products by increasing taxes on combustibles. Both organizations have been quoted saying it's certainly not a good thing to encourage people to take up vaping, but admitted that the habit is most likely a safer option. Most people agree with that notion simply because there are plenty of facts to support the claim. Electronic cigarettes are by no means considered safe, they are just considered safer. The juice that is made for e-cigs is called e-juice. They contain nicotine, but in a much lower concentration. In a study led by Dr. Leon Shabab, he found that harmful ingredients that are similar in the two are less exposing in electronic cigarettes. In the study, he suggested the notion that less exposure suggests lower levels of eventual harm. The biggest change in safety comes from the way the product is produced and delivered. In smoking, the product is combusted and leads to a concept known as secondhand smoke. When the smoker exhales, people in the vicinity can come in contact with the smoke and the chemicals that are in the smoke and can eventually be harmed by them as well. When the smoker exhales, in vaping, that problem doesn't occur. Instead of smoke, you're inhaling vapor or steam. Although it is safer for people around you, you're still inhaling chemicals that aren't good for you. Cigarettes are very easy to come by. In most towns, you can find cigarettes at any local gas station or Walmart or stores. As for e-cigarettes, they are a lot harder to come by. They used to be available in mall kiosks and mail catalogs, but in today, they have made their presence to being a huge presence online. There are some markets and towns that sell e-cigs and accessories, but they are not everywhere. In the US, most public places prohibit smoking. Vaporizers is a bit more complex, but over the past few years they have slowly gone the same way. Non-smokers believe that the vapor is just as harmful as secondhand smoke, and due to this, public places started to say no to vaping as well. This cost can be a significant factor as well. An average smoker will smoke at least one pack a day. If you do the math, a pack of cigarettes can averagely cost from $6 to $7, meaning a month an average person will spend anywhere from $160 to $190 on cigarettes. However, if you choose vaping as an option, you pay the initial price that it would cost and only $40 to $60 for the juice that it would cost each month. So in the long run, it would be a cheaper option. They could use vaping to help them quit. It has been proven that vaping is 29% more effective than helping someone quit. Those who use smoking device as an alternative show better success rates at the 6-month mark than any alternative form to smoking cigarettes. This is because anyone who plans to buy e-juice for their device can decide the amount of nicotine they would wish to inhale. All juice bottles come with a certain milligram of nicotine. For those who do not smoke or have a smoking problem, can even choose to have no nicotine. Electronic cigarettes do have their disadvantages. Cancer research in UK states that full cessation of all nicotine products remain the best option to avoid harm. However, on terms of health issues, it's obviously the clear winner as of right now. They have not been around as long, so full research has not been properly done. Long-term health risks have not been confirmed, but is open for further research. As of today, most opinions you'll hear or see will state that electronic cigarettes are indeed a healthier alternative. Cigarettes having harmful chemicals that can cause cancer have been confirmed to this effect. Cigarette smoking is the leading cause of preventable disease and deaths in the United States. 480,000 deaths are as a result of smoking or some disease that is caused by smoking and the chemicals inhaled while doing the act. This should give individuals a better understanding to the comparison between the two forms of smoking. When really thinking about it though, are either forms of smoking really that great? It comes down to a matter of choosing the harm that does less damage.